Hey, what's up, Alex? Quick demo video for you for your 7 chambers Aniflex here. So I got this done this morning for you. Installed with the CFX. I did remember your button request, so the bottom button is the activation. Your top button up here is your auxiliary. You've got CCSabers LEDs in here for your main PCB, and then this is a removable chassis. So what you want to do is unscrew this guy. I'm doing this with my finger right now. I'm gonna put a little tool in your kit or in your box. It's very simplistic in nature, but it works. Let me get this off real quick and I'll show you. But you see your speaker right there, so you just go like that one time, your chassis will pop out and you can pull it right out just like that. And then here's your chassis. So removable, it says 7 chambers Aniflex over here in Airbrush. It says Solo Sabers over here for me right here, and then 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, your CFX board, and then a removable battery. So spring side is your negative here, and we're using a Smuggler's Outpost Switch Pixel PCB set to make this removable. This was kind of an undertaking for me because what should have been a typical install ended up being, I bought a batch of CFX boards from Custom Saber Shop here last week, and I put one of those in. It didn't work properly. So I swapped it out for another one that I bought from that batch, and it didn't work properly. I actually had to take this older CFX I got from Elegant Weapons in France, and I put it in here, and it worked fine. So I'm kind of working through what's going on with those boards right now, and then and I've got another saber that's coming that was from the same batch, and that CFX isn't working properly. So not sure what's going on there, but this saber's working great. Let's throw a battery in this guy. You hear that? That's a good sign. We just want to take this and put it in here any way you want to. You can twist it any way, it doesn't matter, as long as this side goes first, and it will line up with those 14 pins right there. Actually, I'll show you one time, but you should never have to take the saber apart like this. I'm just showing you what it looks like. Everything is meant to go in and out from the pommel. It's not a good idea to put it in like this because you stress the pins. Some people will have a removable chassis system where they take this off and they put their chassis in and then they twist up against these pins. Don't do that. It puts a side load on these pins and they could bend or break. But anyway, here's your 14 pins right there, and that's what this chassis butts up against too. So we'll just slide this back on here. And then, like I said, you should never even have to take it off this way. I just want to show you what your build looks like. We'll lock that down. Take our chassis, throw it right in. When you go to push it in, you can just push it in lightly. Don't ever press up against the speaker drum right here. Just go up against the side of the chassis. And we'll take our pommel and screw it on. Go as far as you can with your hands. And then when it starts to be too tight for you, that's when I'm just gonna put this simple guy in. Very easy to use. Come over here and it lines up with these holes on your venting, and it helps you tighten up this pommel, just like that. So now we can hit activation. Put your LEDs line up in there like they should. This thing's super loud. Auxiliary. We hold it down for blade lockup, and you'll see that in your blade. Turn it off just like that. This thing is loud. I've got it set to a volume of 100, and because I like sabers loud, but you can turn it down if you want to. There's really no need to. We're going to back your set screw out, which is right here, and we'll put your blade in. This takes a 7/8, well, this is my blade, but this takes a 7/8 inch NeoPixel blade. There are a couple screws on this guy that I had to take off and lop down a little bit. First being your actual blade retention here. I had to take about 3.5 threads off that guy. I do pop open this box and take the 2 screws that are holding in on this control box, holding it in place. I take those screws out, lop about 2 threads off of those, and then I also take your Covertech screw and lop about 2.5 threads off of that, because these three, the two right here and this one right here for your Covertech, they actually stick into the chamber, and it makes the removable chassis impossible. So I shave those down. Chassis works great. I shaved this guy down so that you can lock it all the way down to hold the blade, because not only is it the blade retention, but it actually holds your emitter piece tight to the actual saber. So if you don't shave that down, you'll have some wobble in it, which isn't good. So took care of all that. Now you can change the blade effect that I've got going on right here. Just hold auxiliary and twist your wrist, but then keep the button held down.
Spectrum.
Keep holding it.
Blade profiles.
Now we can twist and go through different blade effects. So if I wanted, like a solid one, I'll find one that's super close to being solid right here. Now I just tap a button. Now we've locked that in, right? Now when I turn this back on, I've got a blue blade that's solid. Tapping my auxiliary for blaster deflex. Holding down for blade lockup. If you wanted to change color of the blade, again, hold down your auxiliary and twist your wrist.
Spectrum.
You'll hear spectrum. Now again, you can just twist the saber and you can cycle through different colors. So if we wanted this green, again, we'll tap the auxiliary. Now we've got a solid green blade. Just like that. A good smooth swing. Hold down aux to change sound fonts.
Sound bank selection.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Exit menu.
If you're not with
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. You are not a Jedi yet.
Find one you like, just hold a button down.
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights.
So again, we can change that color.
Spectrum.
More of a blue this time if we want. Now we got a blue blade. Just like that. So yeah, everything's working like it should. We'll take the blade back out. Now tighten your set screw back up, since it also acts as a tightening mechanism for the rest of the saber. I don't ever leave that loose. And then to get the battery out, super simple, right? We'll come over back over here, the pommel with our tool. Kind of give it a few twists. Twist it once or twice, you can get the rest with your finger. Comes off just like that. Just try not to drop it. And then again, you can take your hand, go like that, it'll pop right out. Chassis has a little bit more heft in it when it has the battery in, so it'll pop out, a lot more easier than it would without a battery, although it pops out easy without one too. But come over here from the positive side by your speaker, and you can pop it out with your finger just like that. And that, sir, is your build. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, we'll get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.